Okay, here we go. So this is all the...
This is Black Widow mine.
Black Widow mine.
It gets the super high blue, and then of course the spider web. And the nuggets are just black. They're invisible until they're properly processed.
Now, do you just take the nuggets? This is a pocket mine. You find it in pockets near the nugget pockets. So because it's hard to see, you don't have water out here. You just take the usual suspects, take it back to your processing area.
That was one thing when it got hydrated, is whoever did it was probably a vein miner, not a nugget miner, because after they set off a couple of shots in the wall, they didn't even pick anything up. There were a couple of vein. You could see there had been more vein there, but when we started going through the muck that they created, we started to recognize nuggets, and they thought they hadn't hit anything, but we found spiderweb nuggets up to about almost golf.
So isn't that often the case? So all these dumps around here probably have
They could very well have material.
Keep me busy.
Oh, that's your job?
Yeah.
Laying in there? But that you almost have to have screening on site, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you can't take tons and tons and tons
see
to move it.
down here.
Yeah.
They did a screening operation
At the
down
bottom of the hill, that was a big where they were running a
Trommel.
They had the trommel, right?
Yeah.
They were tramming the ore down from here.
Well, that's one thing I've learned on this trip was a little bit about all the steps that you have to take, and
processing is actually more important than the mining itself.
So here we are at the Ajax mine, and 4 claims. 2 of them go this way. There's another one back over here, over this hill, and then a big section down here, which originally we didn't have as part of the group.
this whole pit down here is part.
This is all part of it. Pretty much down, if you can see down with this kind of gray area down there, it goes down toward that, but not quite all the way to that. That's some of the old Blue Boy claims. But there are workings going down this canyon, and there's some stuff down there that when I put it on the Turquoise guessing game, a lot of people thought it was Red Mountain. It looked total web, not what people expect with Ajax. But I think Ajax probably has, kind of like Royston, but more looks than just about any mine. And as far as I'm aware of, it's the only faustite locality outside of Lander County that's been confirmed.
Documented. So then it comes all the way back around through here. So all of these piles we see are just other...
All of these, everything down here is all Turquoise workings.
Now, you're telling me about finding some interesting archaeological findings that documented the ownership of this. Where'd you find that?
That was on the other side of this hill, so we can walk up there and take a look down
Okay.
at that. And that
Alright.
was Walter Gobber's work on the Oriental Blue claim. It was called at that time Oriental Blue #1.
And that was this claim. That was what this was
There were
relocated.
several Oriental Blues here, all Carl Reich claims. As Philip probably mentioned, the turquoise mining has been going on here for over 100 years. And tracking beyond that Oriental Blue is the tough part right now, trying to figure out.
How was it you were able to document that specific date?
Well, we found an old tattered piece of newspaper in the mine dump that had a 1937 date, March 1937. And then with that information, we went, of course, to the courthouse in Goldfield and tried to track what was going on in this area at that time. And so we could use that date to figure out who was here.
Yeah. And also you have some evidence about the little people who were helping out here, the little leprechauns. How did you determine that?
Oh, it was St. Patrick's Day. 70 years to the day of, wasn't it?
Yep.
When we were working it. And I had a big bucket of nuggets. Went to move a boulder out of the cut, and the bucket of nuggets was off to the side. Boulder came down the slope and bounced mysteriously 10 or 15 feet over. Took the bucket out, bounced back in the chute, and went down the hill, spilling a whole day's worth of work into the dumps that I had to dig back out.
Oh, those little devils, they'll do that now, won't they?
But he probably showed me the dig.
But
too,
what was
so.
the date? It was March 15th, but when you found the newspaper, that was dated?
The one was March 17th, and then we found it on the 17th.
Found
so
it on the
yeah.
17th.
But we had been digging the day, a couple days, several days of work in that spot.
The pit that Godber was working back in the
I know where-
30s, you can't see from here. All you can see is the edge of the dump right down here. It's on this hill.
It's going to be, we're coming over here. All right.
This hill right here.
Right here, okay.
And that little dump is the pit that Walter Godber was working in the summer of 1937.
bottom of the
Spring of
hill.
1937. He
That
purchased it summer of 1936.
I think that some of the working before that, at the bottom of the hill, this was the area that Godber's
Yeah.
crew was working on. Down below, there's timbers and cables where they had set up what they call a slusher or an old drag line for mucking, so probably pre-equipment.
So they were all doing open pit then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was.
Oh, in this rock, yeah.
There was, in the big pit down here, there was a tunnel that got daylighted. But down there, they had some kind of blade and a cable system since they didn't have heavy equipment. So they'd hand mine, and then this thing would come through the pit and scrape all the dumps out
They
of the
put
pit.
that in and then pull that in, winch it?
They had a skid-mounted engine or something of
Oh,
some
okay.
sort. There were skids, and you could tell they had a rig set up so they could pull the cable. And some of that is still down there. But I think
Drill
that's
steel
probably
was
one
in
of
it.
the oldest workings in this area of these
Yeah.
claims.